This is the Nasdaq cheat codes, designed by Belly FX himself, and most people say that it cost about 10,000 Rand. Now you can decide if you're going to pay $800 or just watch this video. Let's get straight in this week's video. Welcome to another week with Montivino Valentine. I am your host today, and I'm also the co-founder of Pride FX. Okay, so if you do not have a home, or you are looking for a profitable group who can help you grow in Forex or in binary or in Bitcoin, this is the group to have. We are making a lot of money from this group, and we are enjoying to help people. That's our main thing, to enjoy and see people happy, and that's the reason why Pride FX was created. Okay, so this week we are reviewing the Nasdaq cheat code system by Belly himself, and what I found was that there is not a lot of analysis to be done. It's just knowing the direction of the market and taking trades in that direction, and also what are the key aspects and fundamentals of using this strategy. Okay, so definitely we're going to dive into it fast so that you can see what is going on. So you're going to have to come to Google. Okay, come to Google, and definitely what you're going to have to search is this Nasdaq news. Okay, so when you search Nasdaq news, it's going to bring you up to a page where it shows you the business of the day, or the business of the month, or the business of the week within Nasdaq. Okay, so you do not have to use any other indicators such as supply and demand, support and demand, or what we are familiar with Belly is the candlestick patterns and support and demand. Okay, so we don't use any of those. We're just going to use Nasdaq.com. Okay, jump into Nasdaq.com, and what you're going to see is what is happening within Nasdaq. Okay, so Nasdaq is not a small company. If you know what Nasdaq is, and for those who are new, let me explain to you what Nasdaq is. Nasdaq is the US top 100 businesses within the United States of America. So you get your Google, you get Amazon, you get Tesla, you get Facebook, and your Microsofts. Those are the big players within the 100 business of Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is a whole sum of all these big companies within one. Okay, so why are we on this page? We're on this page to find insights of Nasdaq. Okay, we need to find out what is happening in Nasdaq. And so when you open portal of Nasdaq.com, the first thing that you need to realize is that there is always a heading. Okay, there is always a heading. So it says futures tumble on fears over new coronavirus strain. So what does that tell you? It tells you that the market is bad. So what would we do with this news? We're going to go and sell, right? We're going to go back to our MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, and we're going to sell this market because of what we have read. Okay, so it says futures tumble. That's the only thing you need to know. It means that the price is dropping. Okay, you cannot buy when the news of Nasdaq is telling you that we are tumbling. We are in bad areas. We are not going to make money. We are not enjoying our day. We have been trying to protect from what we're losing, and that also tells you that a lot of shareholders or stakeholders are pulling out some of their funds because of this. Okay, so now the reason why I'm explaining that to you is so that you know what is happening within Nasdaq. It's not just one index. It is multiple companies within one company. Okay, or you can say one whole country within one indice. Okay, now when you come on my right hand side, you're going to see Nasdaq Composite Index. So that's these are the big boys, okay, within Nasdaq. So you're gonna get Nasdaq Composite Index. These are investors in Nasdaq, okay, people that trade Nasdaq. And then you have Nasdaq 100, which we are used to knowing as the famous one which we trade. Okay, now the volume of this is 6,948,000,000. Okay, that's a big number. If you have to think about it, how many people are trading this on a day, or how many people are putting money into this? There is 6 trillion. That's a lot of money. Okay, so what do we see? We see it showing a down point, which means sell. Okay, we know it as a bad factor for other traders who are trading Nasdaq. Okay, and then what did you also have to notice here is that Nasdaq 100 is going down and Dow Industrials is also going down. So from the 6 trillion, there is 0.11% that have taken out, or the market has dropped that amount from this 6 trillion. So you can imagine how much it is. Okay, if you have to sum it up, it would be about $6 million that has just left this market. Okay, and they are more like 41%. So you would have to go and do research to find out how much has the market dropped. Okay, so here are the big boys I was speaking about: your Tesla, your Amazon, your Facebook, your Apple, your Microsoft, and Google. And what we can see from this is that there's only 2 that are doing well. Tesla is doing well and Facebook is also doing well, but Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Google is bad. Okay, so what is it telling us? Okay, if we had to summarize everything and think about it, most of these businesses are falling, and it's only 2 that's holding Nasdaq. Okay, so what would we do? We would sell in this aspect because we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 are falling. Okay, then this is the one that we mainly focus on, but those are the ones just to know why is price behaving. We need to know why is price behaving like that, and then we can focus on the cheat codes. Okay, so you're going to come here to this area. Okay, now most of you are familiar with S&P 500. Most of you trade SP 500. Okay, and most also do trade Dow Industrials. Okay, now these are the big boys, the main ones, number 1, 2, 3, the top 5 of Nasdaq. Okay, so Dow Industrials is falling, SP and 500 is falling, Russell is falling, 30 years US Treasury is falling, gold Feb 2021 is also falling. So what it's telling us is that price is going down. Okay, so that's all you need to know for this day. If you have to question yourself what is happening, and this is what you're going to do every morning or every evening when you are trading or you're doing your analysis. Okay, going to say, what is Nasdaq doing? Come and check here what is going on within this chart. Okay, you come and check what is going on. If all 5 of them are dropping, you definitely know today we are not buying, we are selling. Okay, so now we do know that today we are selling, so we go back to our familiar place where most people would do their analysis. Okay, now we are familiar with this, okay, trend lines, but for some reason you do not need them with the cheat codes. Okay, cheat codes, all you need to know is the direction which we have just explained, and now we're going to dive in how can you take entries. Okay, so what Bailey has designed around the news is rounding off numbers to 100. Okay, so Nasdaq 100 is rounded off to 100 in price. Okay, so if you have a look for me on the side here, okay, on this side, okay, you'll see that there is 5 numbers before the comma. Okay, we do not focus on the comma, we only focus on 1, 2, 3, those 3 numbers, 5, 3, 6. Okay, we need to round off that number to 100, okay, which is 500. So when you round it off, we would have to go a little down, and this is where price is currently. Okay, 502, but we need it to be on 500. So definitely you will have to go and look for this number. Okay, so let's just see if I can find it. So I'm going to use 502 for now, and now we need to look for 600. So 600 would be up here, somewhere up here. So 600 is somewhere up here. Okay, so I'm getting close to it, but it's not going to be that easy because this is what it is. So then we have to look for 700. 700 is around about 700 is there. Okay, and then we go back, we look for 800. 800 is close. We can use this as a place for that. Now we said the market is selling, right? So we're going to plot going down. So it's going to be 400. Where is 400? So this is 400, and let's plot 300 and 200. Then we can dive deeper into how would you take trades on this. So now we're looking for 300 and 300. We're close to it, so it must be here. And then obviously let's put in 200. Let's put in 200. Let's see where 200 is. Okay, so 200 is about here. Okay, I'm going to use that point. Now once you have put your horizontal lines, okay, that's it. That's basically the strategy. It's looking for numbers that are rounded off to 100. Okay, now let me explain why are these numbers so important for the aspect of Nasdaq. So Nasdaq 100 moves by 100 points each time. Okay, that's why it's called Nasdaq 100. Okay, so every 100 moves it makes, it will definitely retrace, or it will go, or it will bounce back for support and look to the next 100 to move back down. You understand that point? So what would we see from this? Okay, price has broke this area. Okay, it has broken that 100, so we have taken a sell right over there. This area is our sell point. Okay, now what we need to be careful of, okay, is this. Price could go back, but in this point we have already entered, so we're not focused on that. We focused on the next point, which is down here. Okay, so when price touches this 100, we definitely know that price is going to bounce back up in this area. Okay, when price is bounced there, it's going to come back down. Okay, and then it's going to do that all the time. Okay, sometimes with fundamentals it will just push past that place and you can enter, but for some reason it's going to do this, and then it's going to do this. Okay, touch that point and come back down to this area. Okay, so I'm using this because we've already found the direction and we know it's going to sell. So you're going to round off these horizontal lines, and these are also your areas of entry. Okay, so if you know how to use sell limits or buy limits, it will make it easier for you. Okay, so if you look here, when price touches this 100 area, okay, price will bounce back down, and then when you go here, you put another buy limit so that price can come into the zone. When price is in that zone, you wait for it to touch your 500 line, which is going to be a buy limit, and then when price breaks that area, it's going to go back there, touch as a 300, and then come back down. Okay, so simple, right? But there's one more thing that you should know. So when price gets to this area, okay, you would definitely have to put a buy limit. You're not going to be always around for that. Okay, so what are the main aspects of this? You're going to use the 5-minute time frame. So let's go to the 5-minute time frame to show you what I mean. So you see it has touched that area and it went back up. Now this is what it's going to do. Okay, you're going to look for candle patterns like this. Okay, when price breaks and it touches your line and it puts a rejection on that line, you can enter immediately. You don't have to wait for price to go any further down. As soon as it does this, you enter. Okay, now here it did the same thing. It went into that area, respected that area, and came back in. So you know it's still waiting to go up to this point and then come back down. So that's it's the most simplest thing. You do not have to add any indicators. You do not have to add anything. You just need to use the website, and after using the website, you come and round off these areas to 100. Okay, so you're rounding off figures to 100. You're not rounding figures up or you're rounding figures down. That's the cheat code. So it does work on mobile, it does work on computer, and basically another thing is what Belly has taught us is if you go into the daily, okay, and you see that price is buying, let me look for one. So if price is buying, Okay, you should know for the next 2 days it's going to sell. And have a wonderful week and enjoy the rest of your week. That is Nasdaq cheat codes. Please, it says Nasdaq cheat codes, it doesn't say currency cheat codes. It's Nasdaq cheat codes for a reason, and you have to use it